story this midday, President Clinton pumping up the Democratic cause, stumping for senatorial candidate Ann Wynia. The president arrived last night with very few words. He went jogging this morning with Duluth officials, and then he held a news conference later in the morning. Next stop, a Wynia campaign rally at the University of Minnesota Duluth. Our Michael Gargiulo joins us live from the site of the rally that begins in about 30 minutes or so. Michael, what's the latest?
Well, I'll tell you what the latest is, Wendy. The latest is right now we're in very cramped quarters here at a very packed Romano gymnasium. That's Gary Dole, who's speaking right now, the mayor of Duluth. He was one of those Duluth officials you mentioned who went jogging with President Clinton earlier this morning. Standing right to his right, you can see DFL gubernatorial candidate John Marty here on the podium as well. The president due here in about 45 minutes to lead this rally for Ann Wynia. As we said, the president began his day with an early morning jog around Duluth, accompanied by University of Minnesota Duluth Minority Affairs Director Ken Foxworth and Duluth Mayor Gary Dole speaking now. A short while later, the first of an estimated 3,500 people expected to attend this rally began lining outside the Romano Auditorium. We found that they arrived with different expectations about this event.
No, I mean, as the president, you used to think as a kid, well, hey, he's just a big guy up there, but now you get him a little more involved, kind of see the issues, hear what he has to say. It's just exciting to see the President of the United States come,
Actually, I'm a Republican, so I'm almost anti everything he's for.
Then why are you here?
Because he is the president. It's an opportunity that is once in a lifetime.
Would what he says today in any way convince you to vote for Ann Wynia?
Probably not.
Well, the president is hoping to change some minds, and just beginning to speak now, DFL gubernatorial candidate John Marty. You remember, of course, there was quite a flap the last time the president was here. Senator Marty did not appear with him on the podium at a certain event because he felt it had exceeded his fundraising limit, the $100 limit that he set for contributors to his campaign. The president is due here in about 45 minutes, Wendy, and we'll have more for you coming up on later broadcasts. Back to you.
Michael, I know this rally is specifically for Ann Wynia, but you mentioned that Mr. Marty is up on the podium. Other candidates, DFL candidates, are getting involved too, aren't they?
Sure. Jim Oberstar, Bruce Bento also in races. They were with the president last night. They're expected to be here with the president today. And, of course, Senator Marty at the podium right now, as you mentioned.
All right. We'll check back with you a little later in the show, Michael.
Okay.
Thank you. While Ann Wynia has support from the president today, Senate Minority Leader Bob Dole spoke up on behalf of Rod Grams. Dole said it's time voters gave Republicans a chance.
We're still trying to deliver the same message. We're not perfect. I've never said the Republican Party was perfect. But certainly the other party is not perfect either, but they've dominated the Congress for 42 straight years.
Grams displayed a list of about 24,000 names of Minnesotans who already say they will vote for him. Here in the Twin Cities, authorities are trying to figure out who killed a Minneapolis toddler. The medical examiner says 14-month-old Tyrese Gaston died from multiple blunt force trauma. Paramedics found Tyrese yesterday afternoon in a home on the 2800 block of 14th Avenue South, but authorities don't know how he got the injuries.
And I don't believe that anybody did anything